So anybody want to give a quick recap on what happened, and then we are going to continue on because I know you guys were wanting to go to. You guys got a couple of deliveries that you need to make, so I'll let you guys kind of talk about what happened last week. And too bad Darg isn't here to talk about his escapade last week, which was actually really successful. He was pretty clutch on all of his rolls. So, yeah, we'll someone give a recap and we'll get going.
All right, I'll do it. So we started out trying to retrieve this magical flag from the Jolly Roger when we were attacked by a whole bunch of sharks. We got into a really bad fight with them, and things were looking grim for a while until Aquaman showed up and sent the sharks away.
The new Aquaman, that is. The good-looking Aquaman. Not to say that I got a crush on him or anything like that, but yeah.
So from there we sailed on to Pirate Bay, where we replenished some of our supplies, talked to Captain Jack's at his snow cone business, where we found out that a harbor master named Grambus Graham over at the Kiera Empire may have information about the where Tomas de Arenjo might be, since we know that he has information about the tiers of lists that we need. So from there, we went back to our boat, all of us anyway, except for Darganath, who decided to go on a thievery escapade and boarded a ship and was very, very lucky and managed to steal several thousand coins of gold and some gems from Captain John's ship. That's where
he was really lucky on those rolls. I mean, you just don't normally have that many successes and raises in a row. I mean, that was just really lucky on his part. Of course, he'll say, "No, Dave, that was skill."
And that's where we ended casting off from Pirate Bay.
Yeah, nice recap. Yeah, you guys were at Brigandy Bay. You know, it was basically it's lawless. It's just full of black market trade and thieves, stealing each other's ships all the time and goods changing hands. And so you guys got on Equius, old Equius, your Scarillion super. He has forged a bunch of documents to make it look like you have a legitimate cargo that you have to go to three places. First off, you need to I think it's Kerouac fruit needs to go back to Teresa the Red at the Teeth. You'll get 2,000 pieces of 8 for that delivery. Then I know you guys are going to sail up through Torith Caw, go to Vittoria. There's lumber and stuff that you need to deliver there because they are building this 50-foot high wall for some big fiery poo-flinging gorilla that you guys actually encountered in the first session as you were casting off from Torith Caw.
And some silly monkey.
Yes, some big silly monkey was throwing full trees at you while you were sailing away. So that's another couple thousand pieces of 8. And then you have a trip. Actually, you have a couple of things that are going down in the Kieran Empire, where you have to find Tomas, this fire wizard. And you also have another delivery there at Kiera that you need to make, which is more lumber and supplies, and that's another 2,000. So, yeah, there's you guys are going to have a pretty good amount of money. You'll have plenty of money now to, basically keep your ship up and do maintenance on your ship and pay your crew for quite a while, buy some more food. But that was one thing you guys actually forgot to do. Was get that. Well, you did a little bit of bargaining for food and stuff, but not a whole lot, because I guess it was just because of the whole plan that Darganoth wanted to steal everything from the Spazzy Orbits, which he pretty much stole about 2/3 of it, and then of course and he steals the guy's peg leg. The captain's peg. What did you call him again, Captain Shin? Captain Half
Captain Half John.
Captain Half John, yeah. So Darganoth, on his escapade, stole his hook for a hand and his peg leg, and then on the way out, which I thought was brilliant, Captain Shen, you left a little note there on the dock by his ship saying we'll renegotiate 7,500 for the flag, and you gave him his peg leg and his fucking hook
and his hook back.
Yeah,
that's reasonable.
good old Captain Halfjohn. So yeah, you guys have I gotta write something down really quick. You guys actually took there was one day, and we actually played a good 4 hours last time, which was really fun too. So you guys got a day away. You have no clue if Captain Halfjohn and the Spazzy Orbit is after you or whatnot. Because you guys got away. You went due south. You actually, I don't believe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you got your eight clicks away. You didn't get a raise on that roll or anything, but that's okay. You did a good job there, Captain Shen, getting away from Burgundy Bay and out of danger's way with Captain Halfjohn and his 32 guns on his ship. He's got a man of war, so that's gonna be interesting if he catches up to you with that man of war with 64 guns, 34 guns on each side, 32 guns on each side. That's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen to the Spoon Slayer, because you guys only got 8 guns, if I'm not mistaken. You guys got 8 guns.
I got this.
You got it. I've heard those words before. I've got this. So you guys are on the western coast of Torith Kaw now, and of course you know that there's this Donga god, this big giant 50-foot tall ape, that was throwing trees at you. It's a savage land. There's, the Ugoks, the red men are there. There's all kinds of fruits, and there's all kinds of food that you could, you guys were able to fish pretty successfully there. You guys were able to hunt those yellowbacks. So in case of an emergency with food, it's possible that you guys could probably stop and do some more. And we, like I said, I've got everything on the party sheet, so you guys have you guys have got a lot of money, that's for sure. You guys have got 4,300 pieces of 8 worth of gems, 2,000 pieces of 8, and then you got 48 days of water and 48 days of water, but then again, that's just reserved because of Darganoth using the alchemy jug and also Omi casting water. And then you guys got 43 days of fruit, 55 days worth of meat. So you guys are in pretty good shape for a couple days still.
So Omi took rapid recharge as his level up, so I'll still go ahead and use 8 power points before I retire for the night. But I only need 11, so that'll add 5 to our reserves every day.
Does that water disappear after a certain amount of time, or?
No, it's just for each power point. I actually use the seawater to do it, and I just use the power to purify the water.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's an Omi filter.
Yeah, that's a spoony filter.
Percolator.
But that's how I filter them. I stir the water with a spoon.
It's got one big hole in the middle of it.
It's like one of those Brettas, whatever they are.
Bretta.
I wonder if those things actually work. I wonder if that's just like a scam.
I've got one.
Yeah.
So I've got a filter. It's not a Bretta filter, but it's a filter.
It's like, just pour your water in your pitcher and then pour the pitcher into the cup, and voila, it takes everything out of it. It takes death out of your water. I was a little skeptical when I saw that commercial. I don't know. I'm sure they probably work, because I'm sure they wouldn't sell them. But then again, a lot of people sell shit that doesn't work, so. All right, so let's do and plus I did some researching on the encounters. And I've actually been rolling wrong where I was having you guys roll. I mean, hey, Savage Worlds is all about using a deck of cards, right? And doing random encounters is just drawing a card off the top of the deck. And if you get a face card, that's going to be an encounter. So, yeah. So we're kind of doing that wrong. So I'll pop up the in the GM toolbox. I'll pop up the cards every time I'm going to roll, so you guys will see. I was actually going to use a deck of cards that I got here. I've used it from time to time, but we'll just go ahead and we'll just use it inside of Fantasy Grounds. So, all right, so let's do let's do another boating check for Captain Shin as you guys start to make your way around the west coast to the southern part of Torth Call.
Yep. So yeah, that's the way we want to go. We want to continue south and then turn east along the southern coast of Torth Call.
Okay. Let's see that boating roll. Let's see if it's successful. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That was a pretty good roll.
I know how to boat.
Oh, I know. I see that. And remember, you're successful. You get to go 8. And then remember, for every raise after 4, I mean, you got 4 raises. Holy cow! So that's 16 squares you got. So you got like a tremendous. You've basically caught some type of crosswind, and you were able to basically travel 16 squares this day with your 4 raises. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, that was a great day there, Shen. So how do you guys want to? You guys will have 53 water now instead of 48. And how do you want to take the 19 off? Just pretty much half meat, half fruit, or pretty much, I guess you want to do.
Sounds good to me. Anybody got any objections to that?
Nope, that sounds good.
All right, very good. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, can you reset our bennies for us?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I should have did that, huh? No, you get no extra bennies. You guys actually used quite a bit of bennies last week. I think you guys probably used more bennies last week than the other probably 3 games combined. Poor Dargonoth, man. All right, so let's do an encounter, shall we? An encounter draw. So I'll share that with you guys. You guys didn't get a face card. It was close to getting a face card. So you guys got.
I almost thought I had to say I want to spend a Benny and cut that deck.
Yeah. So yeah, no encounter this time. So let's go ahead and do let's do another boating roll. Ooh, oh man, your bonuses saved your chops on this day, Captain Chen. So you're able to move 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're successful.
We're leisurely sailing across the southern coast of
Yeah.
Perth.
Yeah, it's been 3 days now. So let's go ahead and we'll add the water on the character sheet, on the party sheet. So you got 58 days of water, and then you guys are down to 25 days of fruit and 37 days of meat. So now we're going to do another encounter roll. Ooh, so we have a queen this time. So let's see, what type of encounter are we going to have? I'm rolling some dice here, and all right, looks like let's see. I should probably move you back 8 because you guys actually are in the middle of a storm now. So yeah, this is our random encounter. It is a storm, And this storm it's a pretty strong storm, Shen. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to roll put a +3 in the modifier box for me, and then roll a 1d6. And this is going to determine how many half-hour increments that you're in the storm. I mean, the most intensive part of the storm.
So a +3 in the modifier and a 1d6.
Yep, you got it. So basically, you are for 2.5 hours. The ship's rocking. There's no doubt about that. But for 2.5 hours, it's legendary. I mean, it is just 20-foot swell, 20-foot waves, and I mean the ship is just taking on all kinds of water. You got people flying around. They're having to tie themselves onto the deck and to the steering wheel and the captain's wheel. I'm sorry. So okay, I'm gonna have you do some boating rolls now.
Nice.
Okay. So this is the first time we've actually done a storm, and we're doing it by the way that the optional, well, not the optional, but the hazards are for 50 fathoms. So you're going to need to make looks like a boating roll for each half-hour increment, but yeah, we'll say that you'll do one each instead of every half hour. I would say. Well, let's see. Let's read a little bit more. So I'll have to draw a card to determine how rough the storm is for that half hour. So there's a storm severity. So if I draw a 2, you get a -4 penalty to your roll, and the ship will take 5d6 damage. Or if I draw like a 3 to 10, it's -2. A jack and ace is a 0, and a joker is a +2. So that's not too bad. We'll do 3 boating rolls. We won't do like total of 5. We'll just do like 3. Sort of like a dramatic task, I guess we could probably say that this will probably happen. So, all right.
Can I help Shen with that?
Sure. If you are successful with your boating roll, he can have a +1. Sure. But he'll still take the other negative modifiers, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you were successful with your boating check. So, yeah, you can assist with that. So, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card now. So, let's draw another card. Oh, so you got an ace. So that's a negative. There's no negative modifier for that. So actually, Shen, you can have a +1 from the assist from Omi on the boating check. And if anybody else has boating, you can also try to contribute. But if you fail, it's a -1 on the roll. So that's just the way it works. So. Right. Yeah, if anybody else wants to do boating in the next round, you can do it. But you have to be actually skilled with boating. All right, go ahead and do your roll at +1. Oh, very nice. So it's a success with an ace. So you will take some damage. So it will be a 3d6. And you know what? I should make a storm character sheet really quick. Let me make a storm character sheet. All right, we're going to name it Storms. And because that's going to allow me to have a 3d6 damage. I mean, the ship's still going to take 3d6 damage instead of 5d6. So, all right, let's create an attack. We'll call it storm damage. Whoa. Couldn't hear you, Vay. You were like all breaking up and staticky and stuff like that. Yeah. Uh-oh. All right, so let's do a 3d6 damage. I've got my we'll put the storm in the combat tracker. There we go. That way I'll be able to access the damage rolls pretty easily. All right, so let's do a 3d6 damage to the ship, and let's see what happens with everything else. So the ship's rocking and rolling. The ship takes a total of 8 damage from the storm, but it's okay because your toughness is actually a 16. So the ship, the Spoon Slayer, stands strong through this first hour of the storm, even though it's supposed to be half hour. We're going to do it by hour, pretty much. So let's go to the next roll. So I will do another card for you, which is, wow, rolling good. It's a 10. So you'll get a -2. Anybody else with boating, go ahead and do your boating check right now. All right, Omi. So that -2 goes to -1. Anybody else with boating? I don't think so. So Captain Shen, you'll do a boating roll at -1.
I just put that in the modifier, right?
That's it. Yep, modifier, and then roll your roll. All right, you're successful with a raise. So the ship will still take 46 damage. All right, so I'm gonna make another storm damage entry here at 46, and I think this is going to be nice to kind of keep as well. In fact, I'll probably just call it hazards. Let's just rename this hazards. All right, very good. All right, so we'll roll 46 damage, and these can ace too. So, oh, we got some aces. Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy shit! The ship just took 32 damage. So the ship has a 24 toughness. No, ship has a 16 toughness. So the ship takes, ooh, wow. The ship takes some wounds. So let's see, damage on a ship. I believe you have X amount of, I think you have to, let's see. I believe it comes out of the damage comes out of the cost of the value of the ship. That's one thing that I forgot to look up. So if someone wants to look up damage on a ship really quick, I just
I'm going to remind Chief in case he forgot that since he has the ace edge, he can use his bennies to soak for his ship.
I wonder if I'm wondering if the ship has to do soak rolls. Let's take a look at this real quick. There's always something that I know I need to be looking up, and I try to write down as much as I can. All right, so ships. That was actually a pretty rough roll. All right, so I'm on. If anybody else has got the player's book out, if you guys want to look up vehicles or vehicles are on page 98. So every round the roll is missed, each character must make an agility roll to be thrown overboard, but there's been no unsuccessful rolls. then you can get hit by driftwood too, which is pretty.
I know driftwood.
Yeah, gotta love that driftwood. All right, so I'm looking at. All right, so vehicles. I thought there was a. I'm wondering if they take four wounds also. I'm not too sure. There's let's see, attacks. So yeah, it looks like, yeah, for damage, each raise on damage rolls inflicts a wound, and the vehicle inflicts a -1 penalty on the piloting roll for each wound. So When a vehicle takes a fourth wound, it is wrecked. Oh man, and the driver must make a driving road go out of control. So wow. Okay, so yeah, it looks like let's see, if it's got a 16 toughness, you took 32. So that's one wound. Well, that's one. So that'd be 20. 25,
Yeah, I want to
32. So you got 4. So you're going to have to do a boating roll to try to soak 4 wounds of damage.
I'm going to spend a Benny to soak rolls for my vehicle. So it says I have the Ace's Edge. So Aces add +2 to boating, driving, and piloting skills. In addition, they may also spend bennies to make soak rolls for vehicle or vessel damage they control.
Yep, okay.
It's boat, so
yeah, do a boating roll. That round was pretty rough. So I mean, stuff is just I mean, this is a legendary storm there, Captain Shen, and your ship is just taking a beating as parts of the masts are starting to break, and the ship is just making all kinds of sounds you've never heard before. Oh my God! Look at that roll! Oh my gosh! Nice roll, Captain Shen. You actually were able to soak 2 of those wounds. So you were successful, and then you had a raise. So instead of the ship taking 4 wounds, the ship took 2 wounds. So the ship is pretty beat up there, Captain Shen. So we're going into the third and final round of this massive storm that is happening. So Captain Shen, I'm going to draw my last card, which is a king. Look at that, man! How awesome is that for you, man? So the king is it's only 3d6 damage for this round, and let's get a boating roll from Omi to see if he can contribute, which he does. Omi gets a raise, so you get a +2 bonus on your roll, and there's no negative modifier because that was a king. So go ahead and do your boating roll, +2. Wah wah. You got bennies, man. If you want to use bennies, if not, some of your crew's going overboard. So that's how it works.
Yeah, I used them.
All right, cash in one of your bennies. Their Captain
Bennies
Shen.
to re-roll. Is that what the bennies to re-roll?
Yeah, you can re-roll anything that you want with a benny. So go ahead and don't forget to put your +2 back in there. Oh my gosh. And then we'll get another roll out of you. All right, there you go. Yeah, nice roll. You had some type of epiphany, and you remember another storm that you were in at one point, and that basically gave you the inspiration to right the ship. So nobody goes flying overboard.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, Savage Worlds can be pretty ruthless. So here's the all-important damage roll for the ship. The ship's got 2 wounds now. So let's see, 16 toughness. Oh, you're so lucky there were no raises on that, Captain Shed. So the final round of the dramatic task / storm, you get everyone through, and as the sun starts shining through the clouds that are now starting to lighten the sky back up, you can look around. Everyone starts to come out from below the deck, and the ship is tore apart. I mean, there's 2 wounds to the ship. The cargo bay is just full of water. You've got all hands on deck. They're trying to get the water out. They're trying to bilge it out, and a lot of the sail is torn. A lot of you did pull some of the sails off, but. Yeah, the ship's in pretty bad shape. It's got 2 wounds there, Captain Shen, but you got the crew through. Everybody survived. Nobody was overboard, and good job there, Captain.
All right. But we need to We need to continue to make way. Do we think is the ship damaged enough to where we don't think we can make it to the rest of the?
No, it looks like you can make it. You can definitely make it to Teresa and Vittoria, and you just got to you just got to hope to goodness that you don't run into another storm or run into a pirate ship. Hey, what's up, Vay?
Said I can heal it.
You can heal the boat, yeah, with what your like mending skill, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you're still light, but all of that static and stuff went away.
Yeah, the static is gone.
Well, what volume do you have me at?
I've got you. Well, it just depends. Sometimes I gotta turn you way up, and sometimes I gotta turn you down.
I don't know. That's why I had to ask, because if I keep trying the volume, it's just going to be distorted.
Yeah. Well, I've got you at
She was
200%
perfect at
right
the
now.
beginning of the game.
What's up, Kerrigan? Yeah, and then all of a sudden, once it started, she just kind of it's getting softer and softer. But yeah, I've got you turned up all the way. So if you want to, is this something that you're going to need to have the ship out of the water, or are you going to have to beach the ship to repair it, or what's going on? Because a lot of the damage is on the hull of the ship. There's damage to a lot of stuff. A lot of the bars and some of the masts is damaged, crooked, and so yeah, there's 2 wounds with the damage. So
I would say that we would probably need to move closer to the shore so that we're not in so deep of water, and try to make. We need to get some materials to make repairs. I'm assuming.
there's plenty of jungle on Torith Ka, that's for sure.
I think Savay was saying she has a spell to repair the boat.
Yeah, she's got mend, and let's see. It says Earth mages with the spell can actually mend damage done to a vessel's hull within the last hour. So the mage must concentrate for 1 full action, then cast a spell on the next turn, subtracting a penalty equal to the ship's wounds, which would be 2, and that will be done to your spellcasting roll. And the cost in power points is equal to half the ship's base toughness. So half of the ship's toughness would be 8. So that would be the cost of the spell. So a success will repair 1 wound, a raise will mend 2, and the spell has no other effects on critical hits. So yeah. So I would say, yeah, sure, you can do this as you're still sailing, Vay. So unfortunately you were not successful with the mend -2. The -2 killed you because of the wounds. So yeah, she's not able to. I don't know. Maybe you were just kind of scared from the storm or something, Vay.
I'll say try it again, Vay. It seems to be working. You're almost there. As I give her a Benny to re-roll.
Gonna do a cash and a Benny. Nice. All right. So it looks like Omi's down to 4 bennies. And your natural roll was a 1 for your spell trait, so that's another failure. Anyone else want to let her try, or?
Yeah, I'll spend 1. Captain always has to spend 1 to save the ship, right?
Yeah. Shen's down to 1 Benny. There you go. You repair one wound from the ship. You were successful. So after a couple of attempts, Lily, you're able to mend the ship, and a lot of especially like the mast, a couple of the brakes repairs itself and puts the mast straight back up. A lot of the posts and stuff mend themselves. So yeah, the ship's in much better shape, but it still has a wound. So good job there, Lily.
Yes, well done, Lily.
just a little girl out on the deck with her arms extended and stuff, and you can just see this like magic just swirling around her as everything is like repairing. That would be a pretty cool sight to see, actually.
Yep, that would be awesome.
Yep. All right, so the ship has one wound still, and we are to another day. So Captain Shen, let's get going with more travel to the east, as Lily's repaired the Spoon Slayer a little bit, although it still is damaged. You guys will have to repair that other wound, because it's not going to naturally heal itself, that's for sure.
Can we have the crew start the repairs en route?
You'll have to pull the ship out of the water. I believe you'll have to beach the ship and then repair it that way.
So you got to go into like a dry dock. Which
Yeah,
I'm
or
hoping we can get to in Victoria.
yeah, that's it. You know, if you want to take a chance, but then again, remember, you're getting pretty low on food now. So with you're going to be with today. You're going to be down to 16 days of fruit, and 28 days of meat. But I mean, you got plenty of water, but the food situation's getting a little. I don't know. Maybe you want to stop at Vittoria, maybe, and beach the ship there and try to go inland. Maybe try to find some more yellowtail or something like that. Or maybe they may have goods there that they could possibly take out of the 2,000 pieces of 8 that they're going to pay you too. So that's.
I think Victoria is too far away for us to get there on the food that we have.
There's that patch of green not too far to the east there. We could go in there and forage for some food to get by till we get to Victoria.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. We need to head towards land to get on that first patch of green there before the inlet there.
As we approach that inlet, let's have Gilligan take frequent soundings too, to make sure we don't accidentally beach up on something we don't want to beach up on.
Take the little buddy.
I think we go right in there.
Whereabouts? Let me see.
In that little inlet right there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you have that would work. That's sort of that's sort of near where you guys were at, but that inlet, you're actually on the opposite side of where you actually started, where Donga came out. But Donga can be anywhere on Torith Ka, so. And the other walking gods as well that are on Torith Ka, like the big giant turtle they were talking about, and the giant alligator, and stuff like that. not to scare you or anything like that, but.
So everybody agree with heading towards that inlet?
Sure.
Aye, Captain.
I like the micromanagement of travel in 50 fathoms. I like it. Although it is, it's only I think 1 or 2 squares normally, but I'm like, we'll expand it even more and have bonuses on raises and stuff. So, all right. So go ahead and do your boating roll for the day, Captain Shen. Holy shit! Wow.
He's pretty eager to get to dock.
Making it to the inlet.
Wow, that's 5 raises, man. or 4 more raises. So you got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So you get 4 more raises. So another 16 movement day, which is pretty crazy. Let's see if there's any kind of encounter. I know this is the favorite part of the day now is the. Nope, there's no encounter, so it was a 9. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clear this off now. So, all right. So no more encounters. You move 16 spots. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you have plenty of extra movement left too. So you're able to make it to this little inlet. and you're able to get the ship basically up on the beach and roll it. There's a couple of small holes in it, plus you can do your careening and all that other stuff. So yeah, nice job, man. And you had some lucky card draws too with the only
That king one's not very lucky.
The king was lucky because that was
Oh
that
yeah,
was
that's
a
right.
3d6,
It helped me.
It did help you, yeah. But the 9, I think it was, or something like that. Yeah, that was pretty rough for you. So, all right, so let's check out careening here at the settings rules.
Hey,
Careening
Captain,
the ship.
Do we have another flag to hoist up there just to disguise our ship in case
So it's
somebody's
going to
after
take
us?
Jolly Rancher or Jolly Ranger Roger down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take that down. Put something up.
I remember when I watched Black Sails, that was one thing that they always did. They always, two ships were always waiting, and it was like a tense moment to see what flag was going to be raised. You know what I mean? That was pretty cool about Black Sails. So, if the skull and crossbones went up, you were pretty much screwed. Or if a nation flag went up, could be screwed depending on what nation you were from. So, but yeah. Okay, so let's see. You can repair and careen the ship. So you basically beach it and you turn the ship on its side. You'll get all the barnacles, the sea worms, and other parasites scraped off and repaired. So you won't have to careen for another 4 months. So you're only supposed to do this like once every 4 months. So let's go ahead and do a let's see, and is reduced by 1 every month thereafter for a maximum of -4. So yeah, you don't have to do that. So the Great Ports offer careening for 100 pieces of 8, but you don't need to do that. Oh, it's actually 100 pieces of 8 times the vessel's base toughness, and that's expensive, man. And is done in a number of days equal to half its base toughness. So you got
Can't
2
get them
wounds.
barnacles off is horrific.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
It sounds like a good job for that millionaire and his wife.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Or they can pay for it.
What are you trying to do to me? I'm in my middle 60s, boy. So a ship can also be careened on an island by its crew. This is a tiring and tedious process, taking a number of days equal to the craft's base toughness. So a base toughness of 17 requires 17 days. So you're going to be here 16 days careening your ship. Holy cow, dude. Wow. So yeah, that's pretty
Get it all
crazy.
more better.
Yeah. So you'll be able to, you got 16 days that you're going to have to spend. So yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. We'll how about we do like groups of 4 days. So we'll do like 4 encounter rolls for like Torthgal. How about that? Instead of doing like 16, one for every day, we'll just kind of break it up into 4-day increments.
I'm going to use my elemental manipulation magic to make sure our fruit delivery stays hydrated during that time.
Okay, yeah, good call. And you guys are pretty close to. I don't know. You guys are pretty close. You guys, yeah, but there's not enough. You don't have enough dinghies to make the actual trip to the teeth to where Teresa's at. So, yeah. So I would say let's go ahead and let's get going, and it's going to take 16 days. I mean, your toughness on the ship is 16 days. Thank goodness you're not in a man of war or something like that has like a 40 toughness or whatever it is. So we'll get that other wound taken. So I'm taking it. Go ahead. I mean, you're probably sending the crew out to chop down nice straight coconut
Get
trees
materials
and
and
yeah,
forage
materials.
for food and yes.
All right.
Gotta
So
stay
I would
fed.
say, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said we got to stay fed and we got to get materials to fix the ship.
Yes, you do. So that 16 days is plenty of time. So plus you're repairing, you're careening the ship anyway, and the ship hasn't been careened for a while. So let's go ahead and do a couple of now. How do you want to do this, Captain Shin and the crew? How do you want to do this? Do you want to go out looking for yellowtails? Do you want to go out looking for other maybe encampments, or I don't know? How do you guys want to go about doing this? You know, how do you want to look for food? I mean, there's you could probably do some fishing, send some of the dinghies out. You could probably try to go inland, try to find any type of beast that would provide meat.
I would say that we send the crew, or let the crew do the careening and repair the ship.
Okay.
And while the party hunts and forages for food, be it fishing, game, inland, whatever the party wants to do.
Okay, that sounds good. So yeah, I like that idea. So the Skrillian, Equius, he's going to make sure that everything is on. He's going to make sure that everything is scheduled and is going to stay on time. You guys gather your gear, your equipment, and I guess you guys are going inland, right?
Anybody opposed to that?
Let's go yellowtail hunting.
We'll leave Darganeth on the ship to make sure that nobody's slacking.
Sure. Yeah, you got a total of 14 people with Darganoth there, so they're making sure everything is done. So, all right, cool. Very cool. You guys should probably buy some fishing nets too, maybe, from a port. That way you can try to, or do you, I don't think you guys have fishing nets, right? I don't think you guys ever bought them, but yeah,
No.
that'd be something.
We haven't bought them, but I was thinking about trolling the last time we was.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Spoon Slayer.
All right, so how do you guys want to try to? Are you guys going out there and making noise, or how are you guys going to go about doing this? I mean, but remember, there's also fruit too, so you guys can probably find a pretty good amount of fruit that you can use too, so you won't get scurvy.
We could just plan on just foraging, but then if we see signs of yellowtail, we could go on the hunt.
Sure. All right, so this is for the first 4 days you guys are out there. 4 days and 4 nights. Let's see if there's any kind of special encounter that could possibly happen. No. So, how about someone give me a foraging roll? And someone give me a tracking roll. And if you have to pretty much you're going to need to be skilled, have a skill in these. If you're not skilled, then I would say probably not.
Yeah, I got neither of those.
I have them through Jack of all trades. Is anybody actually skilled in it?
Oh,
Nope.
no.
I guess it's me then. So which one do you want
Jack of all
first?
trades, you can do foraging. That's fine. And remember, you're still going to have to do 19 food a day as well. So that's like 80 food. But we'll say that with the foraging roll, that will pretty much... All right, so you have your Jack of all trades roll. It's foraging. Yeah, you can forage enough to keep everybody on the beach. And this is going to go for your crew that's working on the ship too. So, all right, now why don't you give me a D8 as well, seeing that you were successful. All right, yeah, minimum, but you find 10 more days of fruit that you can put into your inventory. So we'll put 26 days of fruit. Now let's have let's do a tracking roll for these 4. All right, so you don't find any beast, no types of creatures that would provide any type of meat. So after the first 4 days, you're a little concerned. You're a little concerned there, Omi Barton. So let's go with the second. So we'll halfway through the. So we'll be halfway through after this now. So why don't you go ahead and give me a foraging roll?
This area